I think the King's School for Government is a very unique enterprise. It's based within the Policy Institute, which is almost a digital portal to the world of policymakers out there.
Joining the civil service, we don't really get huge amounts of training on how to be a policy official. There isn't really kind of a formal approach. This is what a policy official does. This is what policy is. This is how to design policy. And this course absolutely offers all of those.
These modules are really accessible to busy civil servants and public servants. They allow you to build and study around your work. These are a series of short modules. Each of them is worth 5 credits, and these modules are taught entirely online and entirely separately. What you can do, which I think is really exciting, is you can stack these modules up so that if you take enough of them, you can get a postgraduate certificate or a postgraduate diploma. Or if you're really engaged, you can actually sign up to be part of our Executive Masters in Public Administration and get a master's degree that works with around your work and around your career.
One really important thing for me was meeting people across the government, connections that you could really use afterwards and still today.
I'm Michael Sanders. I'm a Professor of Public Policy at King's College London and Director of the School for Government. In policy analytics, we cover the basics of statistics and data analysis for public policy. It'll teach you how to code in one of a couple of different statistical analysis software packages. In the Learning What Works module, we learn about how we can tell whether or not an intervention or a policy that is actually having the impact that we intended to do. By learning what works in this module, we'll be able to tell whether or not we're having the intended impact, and we'll be able to mean that policies can have the biggest possible impact on the people who we're here to serve. In the Behavioural Insights module, we cover some of the most recent and groundbreaking findings in the application of behavioural science to public policy. And by taking a more realistic model of human behaviour into account in our policy making, we can improve outcomes across a huge range of different fields.
My name is Sanchayan Banerjee. I'm a Senior Lecturer Associate Professor here at the School for Government at King's College London. Working internationally is a very unique module that basically introduces civil servants to changing climates in which they're currently working. As a civil servant, typically you're working in a changing environment every day. You're working with different colleagues and peers from different governments across the world, and therefore taking this module will enable you to understand what it takes to actually be working with these different colleagues and use the insights from our course to apply into real day jobs. The international trade policy, this module introduces you to the basic ideas of trade, starting from Adam Smith's idea of comparative advantage to the Ricardian idea of how you could specialize using the inputs you produce, to more commonly thinking about why a country should be producing what they're really good at and start importing products they might not be good at. Financial management for policymakers is a module which is about how to use finance as a public policy maker. Now, we'll introduce you to how to use some of these ideas, how to go beyond the mere sort of accounting financial metrics to thinking more holistically about how to capture social returns on investment and sort of balance cards and so on and so forth.
My name is Dr. Gloria Novovic. I'll be joining the team that is teaching a policy challenges module, building onto the knowledge that policymakers already have and policy practitioners already experience on a daily basis, and then imbuing it with that critical thinking, resources that might just help you do things faster and better.
I'm Dr. Kate Hoskins. I'm a reader in public policy here at King's. Empathy and emotions in policy making, which is really about connecting with and thinking about the people that we're making policies for, having that kind of empathy and understanding of their lives, really thinking about the role of and the benefit of engaging with empathy in any policy approaches that you're looking to implement. Communications, media and policy making. So this module is really thinking about how to leverage communication to effectively share ideas in relation to your policy, thinking about who the audience are for the policy and effectively communicating the aims and the ideals and the aspirations behind it. Key models in public management. So the aim of this module is to think about the different sorts of models that exist in relation to public management, and this is something that you can take back into your context, but it's also going to be useful to anybody who's working in policy. Foresight and horizon scanning. Thinking about how horizon scanning can be useful, again, in a range of different policy arenas. And this is going to be useful to anybody who's working in policy because it's about identifying areas that we can future-proof through our foresight, through our horizon scanning. So in public sector leadership, it's an overview of leadership, and we'll look at the concepts of leadership that can underpin and inform your practice. So it's going to be useful to people who are working in a range of different policy areas and on a range of different policy problems.
My name is Joseph Sherlock. I'm an assistant professor, a lecturer. I teach a module in participatory and deliberative governance. We look at democracy and we start from the basis that in the last decade or so, we've seen a real decline in the prominence and effectiveness and trust in our democracies. We look at how we need to and are innovating to strengthen our elections, to strengthen our democracy. I teach approaches to policymaking, and on this module we look at the policy-making process from start to finish. We look at how policies are born, how they are implemented, how they are evaluated, and we look to apply all this in the context of a fast and changing political and policy environment.
My name is Olga Simars. I'm a senior lecturer in public policy. Embracing uncertainty policymaking in turbulent times module is about systems thinking, and it is grounded in complexity theory. It will teach you how to make decisions when situations in policy or actually in real life are highly uncertain. Policymaking skills project module. It's a group work project module. You will be assigned to a group of 5 to 6 civil servants that come from a range of different government departments. This module will provide you with some space and time to collaborate across borders within the UK Civil Service.
My name is Roxana Bratu. I'm a senior lecturer in public policy at the School for Government. The first module that I teach is Ethics, Leadership and Governance. It covers issues related to the uses of ethics in everyday activities and particularly linked to leadership and the uses of ethics in the process of governance. Another module that I teach is Anti-Corruption and the Rule of Law. It covers issues related to anti-corruption around the world. It also looks at the role of the private sector in tackling corruption and the alliances that we can create between the civil society, the private sector and the state in fighting this phenomenon.
My name is Giorgio Samaras. I'm an assistant professor of public policy at King's College London. One of the modules that I teach is climate change and policy. In the module, we're trying to combine empirical evidence with theories that explain public policy responses to adapting to climate change, but also countering climate change. In multi-level government, we explore the different layers of democratic systems and how those institutions, all the way from national to local level, can work within national contexts. In international conflict analysis and resolution, we try to navigate that very difficult terrain of how conflict can shape policy processes, from Gaza to Ukraine and Africa. So how does conflict impact our work? You have the unique opportunity to learn that by enrolling to the module.
I feel like the Policy Institute is a very unique setting. They combine the rigor from academia with practical insights from think tanks, consultancies, etc. So here at the Policy Institute, you have the opportunity to combine academic practices with actionable insights, which I think is very, very important nowadays if you want to engage in public policy.
Taking these modules will allow you to either reskill or upskill in your career, and you can do this either by learning some of these modules which allow you to shift into different roles, or even to sort of get a boost in your current job.